I do what I do.
White guilt is the only force strong enough to make America confront itself. Their shame. And that's tempered with the fact that we will have violent uprisings. And no group has ever wielded that sort of power more effectively than Black Americans. This country's never been able to escape its original sin. The kidnapping, the grapes, the pillaging, the centuries of long oppression of foundational Black American people. It's a stain that will never wash away. It's a crime that white America tries to forget, begs us to stop talking about, but they never can. That's why they keep making movies about it. You keep saying it's over, it's done, but you keep making movies about it every 2 years. Shout out to Train to Live, because they can't forget about it. And we force them to remember that. We will never be silent about that. We'll never stop pushing for justice. And we're never going for ourselves, and we'll never stop demanding that America live up to its ideals and preaches what it preaches what it is supposed to be. It preaches what it practices. See, here's the difference, and I want you all to hear something, okay? And well, I don't need y'all to hear. You heard the older brother, the older lawyer that I put on earlier when he was remarking about the civil rights movement. All these other groups, and whether we talking about the Irish who got treated horribly when they got here, the Italians, the Mexicans, these Arabs, everybody, they plead for inclusion. They want to be white. They want to be treated white. Hell, they want to be classified as white. They want to marry white, eat white, live next to white. They want a white girl. They want to be white, white, white. But see, Black Americans fought for transformation. That's what we fought for. We fought for justice, not so that they can change our classification. And we didn't just fight for ourselves. We fought for everybody, because everybody who's been locked out of the opportunity to justice and dignity. That's what we did. And here's the thing. We never sought revenge. Even though we have the right to. You see the way that black man kindly gave that little white kid a shot to cut his grass for $100. I wouldn't have gave him $100. I probably would have gave him about 30, 35. I ain't give him $100 now. I'm just saying. But we don't want revenge against white folk. We just want justice, opportunity, and dignity. That's the difference between us. This white girl, this little Latino girl, she talking about spitting in these folk food when they come to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? This is what they want. This is what they want.
Yes. If you're American, very pale American, I hope you don't have plans for spring break in Mexico, because there's a lot of people that are mad right now. And among other things, you wouldn't want them spitting in your food.
A word. Robbing and kidnapping and all that going on.
Or your drink. At those all-inclusives in Cancun.
In Cancun. You hear that? That's not us. We're not like that. Now, if you push us, we will fight back, but that's what they talking about. This is what happens when white supremacy and brutality and racial targeting is cast out around the world. People say, oh, those are the bad guys. And they're only 7% of the population. See, look, Black Americans have endured the worst, and it's been done in plain sight. We were lynched in public squares while white families took pictures, and they literally had postcards of them. They were literally cut. I don't even want to talk about it, but the bottom line is we were attacked by dogs, fire hose, just for demanding rights. We were beaten. We were arrested. Our leaders were assassinated. They were jailed just fighting for justice. And it wasn't just us that benefited, everybody that benefited. And through all that, we were able to force white America to confront itself. We made America see the ugliness of its own laws and its customs. We made America hear the hypocrisy of its own promises. We made America understand that without us, this nation had no soul. You You hear me? Every single civil right advancement this country, voting rights, workplace protection, it happened because of Black people and our struggle. And when the dust settles, who benefits? That's the other thing about it. You want to know why Black people are resting now? What's the point of us fighting? We fought for affirmative action, which was meant to recidify past wrongdoings to foundational Black Americans. And it became a tool for white women and other minorities to advance while we remain locked up. And that includes our African cousins who just came over here. These diversity programs built on Black activism just became a gateway for everybody but us to benefit. You have laws that were passed because of Black sacrifices and were used by other groups to climb the ladder, while Black Americans were left out and left at the bottom. And you know what they told us? If you just work harder, it's because you're lazy. And then it's funny when they get a taste of it, like that little lady's Jamaican mom, when they get a taste of it, oh, woe is me. I'm both a Black person or a Black woman, a Black man, and an immigrant. Woe is me. See, America's never wanted to be held accountable. It never wanted to change. It has only done so when Black Americans made it impossible not to. For centuries, we've been the moral arbiters of this nation, pushing it, sometimes dragging it towards justice. The same justice it pretends that it's always stood for. It's getting better, but we made it get that way. Because we appeal to the sense of righteousness and justice. But the thing is, you have to understand is, without Black Americans, this country would still be living in darkness, the darkness of its worst tendencies. See, without Black Americans, America would never have been forced to acknowledge its own cruelty. And without Black Americans, there would be no democracy, no justice, and no progress. It'd just be white men, rich white men, not even the poor whites on top. So again, are you seeing what now that y'all decided to rest, what's going to happen now? Now that Black Americans have decided that we're no longer going to be the moral compass of a nation that refuses to listen, what happens? What happens when we let America deal with itself without our voices, our leadership, or our willingness to fight? What happens? For generations, we've been the moral force in the vanguard, the warriors for the oppressed. But now in 2025, it's going to face a new crisis. But this time, we're choosing to sit it out. And America should be nervous. That's why you got folk from Latinos to Black, African immigrants, Caribbean immigrants, they're on the internet copping pleas, explaining how they understand. You got white men on the internet saying, man, Black people could save us. We made a mistake. All of them are copping pleas. And I find that very interesting. I'm gonna tell you now, if foundational Black Americans don't engage in this fight, which seems like we're not, for immigrant rights, the impact on America is going to be profound. You're looking at the social fabric of a country will begin to weaken as these immigrant communities face separation and deportation and hardship without having their own advocacy. What happens when you all of a sudden have hundreds of thousands of single parent homes in a community because dad's been deported or mom's been deported? Look at the destabilizing factor of that. You had a strong, vibrant community, illegal or otherwise, mixed status or otherwise, working hard. What happens to that community? We know what happens when you have single parents, especially single mothers raising children with no income. What happens? So you don't have your husband. He's been deported. You got children to take care of. More likely than not, underage children. So you're going to have financial issues, housing issues. You may try to work. So what's that going to lead to? Probably more crime, probably more homelessness. And you don't have anybody advocating for you. So that's going to lead to frustration. I'm just saying.
Black father, I have black son.
Tune in, weekly feeling inspired. From the heart, real talk ignite. Every episode brings to light. Subscribe, hit the like, won't you dare. Share the love, you know it's family. Join us every week, don't be late. Drop some coins in the collection plate. Drop some coins, enjoy the ride. Come say hi, catch the wave, don't pass by. Lifted spirits always inside. In this podcast, joy takes flight. Subscribe, hit the like, won't you dare. Share the love, you know it's fair. Join us every week, don't be late. Drop some coins in the collection plate. Drop some coins.
Donation. I thought it was a class.
Hey man, I do what I do.
You know that.
Your ass class, don't come over here. You tall black mother. Women up inside. I don't give a fuck about